rolling right along with these circles. So you just learned about the area formula for them yesterday, but now we're going to move on to how to actually solve with this. So just recapping, area is always space inside of a shape, in this case inside of a circle, and we always measure it in square units, right? So units squared, however you want to think of it. And a reminder, yesterday we learned that area for a circle equals pi r squared, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into it. And yes, these are going to look very similar to your notes from the other day. Hold on, my computer is not letting me go on to the next slide. 1 second here. There we go. So yes, these are the same circles when we did circumference notes, but we're going to be finding the area now. So that's the big difference. We're finding area, okay? And we're still using 3.14 in place of pi. Remember, you can use 22/7, but typically we're going to just use our decimal to keep it simple, okay? So I always start by rewriting the formula. So area equals pi r squared. So the first thing we need to double check is, do they give us the radius or do they give us the diameter? If they give us the radius, we can keep that number as is. If they give us the diameter, we have to divide that number by 2 so that we can be using the radius properly. Now they do give us the radius, so we can just go ahead and use 14. So I'm going to substitute in that we're using 3.14 for pi times that 14 squared, okay? Now you can do this two different ways. If you want to find the 14 squared first, you can, or you can think of this as just multiplying 3.14 times 14 times 14, right? Because that's what 14 squared means, is you're taking 14 times itself, okay? So go ahead and take a moment to do that in your calculator, because yes, we can use calculators. We get some big numbers here, and I just want to make sure you know how to use the formula. Once you've done that, you should get 615.44 or 44 hundredths. And remember, we're finding area, so we have to say feet squared. Okay, do that little 2, and that would be our answer for this one. Let's do one more. So we've got our 11 centimeters. That's our diameter this time. So that means that to get the radius, we have to take 11 divided by 2. And all of our numbers are either going to end up being whole numbers because it's even, or it's going to be a 0.5. So this one, 2 fits into 11 5 times, and we end up with like 1 left over, 1 out of 2, so 5.5 or 5.5, however you want to think of it. I would probably use the 5.5. So let's get our formula set up here with the pi r squared, and we get a equals 3.14 for pi, oops, there we go, times 5.5 squared, and again, you can think of that as 5.5 times 5.5. So go ahead and multiply those three numbers together, so 3.14 times 5.5 times 5.5, and you should get 94.985, and we want centimeters squared because this time it was centimeters. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Similar to how we did the circumference ones, just substituting in what you know. Go ahead and try those 3 practice problems. Don't forget to share your document with me. Good luck. You've got it.